Federal government releases 13.89 billion naira for the payment of pension of retired workers in the country. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu calls on federal government to collaborate with states to dredge major rivers across Nigeria to prevent flooding. Notorious Eritrean smuggling kingpin arrested in Sudan. And on sports, organizers set date for the second edition of KOGI State Football Association Chairman's Cup. This is the MLC TV Global News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Joshua Adinoye. Thanks for joining us. The National Pension Commission, PENCOM, has announced that the federal government has released 13.89 billion naira for the payment of the pension of retired workers in the country. In a statement, the commission informed all its stakeholders, particularly retirees of treasury-funded ministries, departments and agencies who retired in the year 2022, that the federal government has released the said sum for the payment of their accrued pension rights. PENCOM also appreciated President Muhammadu Buhari for his untiring support and commitment to the implementation of the CPS and ensuring the welfare of retirees is catered for. Last year, the Commission announced the commencement of the 2023 online verification and enrollment exercise for the retirees and prospective retirees of the federal government treasury-funded MDAs, which started on October to December 2022. The chairman, governing board of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Laurita Onoche, has decried the level of underdevelopment in the Niger Delta area despite the huge funds allocated to the interventionist agency over the years. She said the NDDC was ashamed to the region and the country at large, noting that monies earmarked for the development of the crude oil and gas-rich area were being freighted away to Abuja, Lagos and overseas, while the people of the region live in abject poverty. Onuche, who stated this shortly after assuming office in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, following the handover by the immediate past acting managing director of the NDDC, Emmanuel Audu Ohaboroa, at the commission's headquarters, said the organization was commissioned specifically for the people of Niger Delta. Onoche, however, pointed out that the administration of the President Muhammadu Buhari was determined and has shown commitment to turn things around since he assumed office over 7 years ago. Earlier, the new NDDC Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Samuel Obuku, said the management has not come to witch hunt anybody, calling for the support and cooperation of everyone to enable them achieve success. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has called on the federal government to collaborate with states to dredge the major rivers across the country to prevent flooding. The governor stated this when he received members of the Presidential Technical Committee on Flood Management in Lagos. Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by the State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tunji Bello, noted that the committee has embarked on the development of a comprehensive plan of action to prevent flooding in Nigeria. He noted that the time has come for the federal government to ensure the dredging of major rivers nationwide and stressed the need for more collaboration between the federal and the state agencies towards ensuring that major flooding incidences are reduced to the barest minimum. The leader of the Presidential Technical Committee, Dr. Goldstein James, explained that the committee, which was set up in 2021, has been mandated to check each state's policies on flooding, establish causes of flooding, and come up with solutions and strategies to minimize its impact on the citizens. Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State has imposed a 24-hour curfew on Ikare Akoko, headquarters of Akoko Northeast Local Government Area, following a fracas during a New Year carnival in the area. Pandemonium broke out in the town on Tuesday when a New Year carnival organized by the youths was disrupted by sporadic gunshot that rent the air. Report from Ekare said that revelers at the event and residents in the area took to their heels, scampering for safety. The announcement of the curfew is contained in a statement by Richard Olatunde, the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor. The statement noted that the decision to impose the curfew was made at the State Security Council meeting headed by the Governor in the state. On politics, Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has flagged off his re-election campaign in Imekwa for local government area of the state with a promise to continue on his developmental strides. The governor, who is seeking a second term in office on the platform of the All Progressives Congress (APC), was accompanied on the campaign tour by chieftains of the party led by a former governor of the state, Chief Olusegun Oshogba. Launching the campaign in company of some senatorial, House of Representatives and State House of Assembly candidates, the governor and the campaign train moved round Afo, Ilara, and Imeko communities, where they were received by a mammoth crowd that had been adjudged unprecedented in the history of campaign rallies in the local government. The train also paid homage to traditional rulers in the area, where they sought and received royal blessings. The rally, however, recorded a new feat as some party faithful went home with various empowerment tools and household items after a raffle draw. In his speech, Governor Abiodun promises to continue to fulfill his pledge, which he is known for, while asking the electorate to encourage him with their votes. He equally appealed to the people to collect their permanent voter cards ahead of the poll, pledging that his administration will establish a technical college and a school of agriculture in Imeko. The governor also promised to address the challenge of bad roads within the local government area, assuring the people of his administration's readiness to reconstruct the Abeokuta-Afon Road. Governor Abiodun further canvassed votes for all APC candidates, especially the party's presidential candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whom he said is the best among the lot. We go on a short break. We'll be right back. Remember, February 2023 is the general election where you will have the opportunity to elect a new president, governors, national and state assembly members to pilot the affairs of Nigeria for another 4 years. Visit INEC office to get your PVC, which is your power to elect credible leaders. Say no to electoral violence. Say no to vote buying. Say no to thuggery before, during, and after the elections. This message is brought to you by MLC TV.
Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. On the foreign scene, Interpol says a notorious people smuggler known for his cruel and violent treatment of migrants has been arrested in Sudan. Kideni Zecharias Habtemariam from Eritrea was wanted by police in Ethiopia and the Netherlands. The International Policing Agency said the Eritrean national headed a major criminal organization behind the kidnapping, extortion, and murder of East African migrants. It said the arrest was the result of an international police operation. It sounds like a rare breakthrough in the struggle to stop the cruel and unscrupulous traffickers who have caused the death of many migrants. Interpol said Kideni was the kingpin of a criminal gang behind the trafficking of thousands of victims. He was arrested after police in the United Arab Emirates focused on money laundering activities and found him in the Sudan. Interpol described the arrest as a significant blow to a major struggling route towards Europe, adding that it showed what can be achieved when countries work together. United States President Joe Biden said Russian leader Vladimir Putin's order for a 2-day Orthodox Christmas ceasefire in Ukraine was simply an effort to find breathing room for his war efforts. Trump alleged that Russia was ready to bomb hospitals and nurseries and churches on December 25th and on New Year days. Similarly, the State Department spokesman Ned Price called Putin's ceasefire cynical, saying that they have little faith in the intentions behind Putin's announcement. He voiced concern that Russia would use the break to regroup, rest, and ultimately reattack, adding that Putin may seek to fool the world by making it seem that he wants peace. Let's now join Jonah Malik for the sports update.
And on sports updates, the second edition of KOGI Football Association FA Chairman's Cup will officially kick off on Thursday, 19th January 2023. In a statement signed on Thursday by the state's FA Secretary Ahmed Abdullah Jakpo on behalf of the chairman Umar Suleiman Isa, the draw for this year's tournament will hold on Saturday, 14th January at Lokoja Club by 10:30 a.m. Abdul hinted that 12 teams in Lokoja and Ajakuta local governments will be participating in this year's competition. He explained that 2 matches will be played daily at the Lokoja Conference Stadium, venue for the annual soccer fiesta. KOGI United Feeders team are the champions of the maidens edition of KOGI FA Chairman's Cup competition. Still on sports, defending champion Manchester City beat injury-hit Chelsea 1-0 on Thursday to close the gap on Premier League leaders Arsenal to just 5 points. Pep Guardiola's men were well below par in the first 45 minutes of the game, but were transformed after the break with substitute Jack Grealish and Riyad Mahrez combining for the only goal scored by the Algerian in the 63rd minute of the game. Chelsea now have just won 1 match in their last 8 Premier League games and remain 10 points off the top 4. And straight to tennis, Emma Raducanu criticized the slippery court at the ASB Classic in Auckland after retiring from a second-round match with an ankle injury. The Briton left the court in tears after rolling her ankle during the second set against Slovakia's Victoria Kumova with the score 6-0, 5-7. It is just 11 days before the Australian Open begins in Melbourne. Raducanu said the court is incredibly sleek, so to be honest, it's not a surprise that this is happening to someone. The British #1 who didn't drop a game in the opening set told New Zealand website Stuff, "It's difficult to take." She said, "She have put in a lot of physical work in the last few months and have been feeling good and optimistic." The match was played on an indoor court because of persistent rainfall in Auckland. Raducanu said she will assess the injury over the next few days, try to play on after receiving medical treatment, but withdrew 2 points into her opening service game at the start of the 3rd set. And that's sport update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah reporting. Back to Akasta for more stories.
Thanks for the update, Jonah. The family of Duro Woju of Adoawaye local government area of Oyo State, Nigeria, and the family of Aka Akoni of Igbesha in Adoodo local government area of Ogun State, and Idimu in Egbe, Idimu local government area of Lagos State, Nigeria, have come together to witness and celebrate their children, Babalola Taiwo and Moturayo Okikiola, as both were joined as husband and wife. The marriage solemnization was witnessed by the family and friends of Babalola Taiwo and Moturayo Okikiola. Let's join our reporter to take us through the memorable moments. Stay with us.
Just as the Nigerian culture is rich, as the ceremony was purely communicated in Yoruba, it was a fulfilled day as the prestigious traditional marriage started in a grand style with songs of thanksgiving for the parents of the bride and groom to dance in. And after which the groom and the bride also danced in with so much excitement. The couple exchanged their marriage vows, followed by the rites and customs of the Yoruba traditional marriage as culture demands. Pastor Mrs. Omobolanle Aka, the mother of the bride, spoke to our reporter about how graced it is to give out the hand of her daughter in marriage, and she appreciated God for making it possible.
Married to I really appreciate the Almighty God for giving me this privilege and opportunity to give my daughter hand in marriage. It's not by power or by might, but by His name. So I glorify the Almighty God for the privilege.
Kenny Durowoju, the twin brother of the groom, also expressed his joy while talking to our reporter.
I feel very happy, very honored to be here today, and all thanks to Almighty God for giving us this day, for everything to went smooth and cool.
The bride and the groom, Babalola Taiwo and Moturayo Okikiola, expressed their joy and told our reporter how they feel about each other, that they both appreciate God for bringing them together.
Wow. I'm so excited because I've been looking for this special day for a long time. I don't have much to say, like all glory belongs to God. And this is my first, and this is my, when I went to something like this, occasion like this, I would imagine like, how am I, like it's not that I'm doing something like this. At the end of the day, my dream come to true. My dream come to true. Now I'm so happy.
It's everything a lady would want in a man. It's lovely. Yes, it's lovely, and it's like his level of understanding. I really appreciate it.
Friends of the couple also expressed their excitement and advised the couple to put God first and trust each other.
First thing, there's going to be storm. Yeah. There's going to be storm. Even when I'm being single, there's going to be storm. And I urge them to put Christ first. At the same time, let them have a simple understanding about themselves. And I want to believe whatever they've seen, they've heard, should be a kind of a guideline to them to succeed in life as well.
There was so much celebration, dancing, singing by the couple and family and friends. MLC TV was also represented there to celebrate with our own. We say congratulations to the couple and wish them all the best. Report by Peace and Emmanuel. Adenike Dada reporting for MLC TV, Lagos, Nigeria.
On a sad note, Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello condoled with the chairman of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Kogi State Council, Adeiza Momojimo, over the loss of his wife, Zainab Adeiza. A statement by the governor's chief press secretary, Mohammed Onogu, explained that Governor Bello expressed sadness over the death and prayed to God to grant the soul of the deceased eternal rest and give the family the fortitude to bear the loss. The governor described death as a necessity, noting that Zainab was a caring mother and a pillar of support to her husband while she was alive. The statement sympathized with the entire Adeiza family, the NUJ, and friends of the deceased. Zainab Adeiza passed on at a private hospital in Abuja at the age of 46. Members of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, NUJ, Kogi State Council, has sympathized with the state chairman of the council over the death of his wife, Zainab Adeiza. A statement by the NUJ State Secretary, Adamu Shaidu, and Financial Secretary, Samuel Atuluku, noted that the death came at a time when she was needed most, both at the family level and by the council. They prayed to Allah to forgive the sins of the departed soul and grant her Al-Jannah Firdaus. Meanwhile, the remains of Zainab Adeiza has been laid to rest at the Angwankura burial ground, Lokoja, amidst tears. In a prayer during the burial, Chief Ladan of Lokoja, Mohammed Musa, prayed Allah to forgive the deceased and grant her mercy. Also, Malam Abdul Fattah Bello admonished the people to leave a good legacy behind, as he described the late Zainab Adeiza as a humble and righteous wife. Earlier, before leading the funeral rites at the Lokoja Central Masjid, Chief Imam of Lokoja, Aminu Shaban, called on Muslims to live virtuous life, as death was inevitable. Aminu pointed out that no matter the status or well-being of an individual, every soul shall taste death, stressing that what is important is the righteous deeds that have been recorded in their favor. The chief imam reminded the congregation to desist from all forms of transgression against people and worship Allah sincerely. Death has occurred of Matthew Akau, a 2023 House of Assembly candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, for Pengana State constituency of Plateau State. Matthew Akau died on Friday, 6th January 2023, in a hospital following a brief illness. The state chairman of the party, Chris Hassan, in a statement by his personal assistant on media and protocol, Kefas Sumdi, expressed shock over the news of the demise of Akau, describing the deceased as a loyal party man. The PDP chairman explained that Akau's death is a big blow to the party, especially at the time his experience, commitment and sense of humility are needed to steer the party to victory in his constituency and rescue Plateau State. A supporter of the PDP in the state, Fahab Issa, in a condolence message, expressed sadness over the death of Matthew Akau, noting that the deceased, until his death, was a man who is given to humanitarian services and one committed to repositioning the constituency for good. He prayed to God to grant him eternal rest and as well comfort his family and supporters. The photo editor of the Guardian newspaper, Femi Kuti, is dead. The ace photojournalist gave up the ghost at the Federal Medical Center, FMC, Abeokuta, during an illness that has to do with liver failure. Kuti died at the wee hours of Friday, 6th January 2023, at the time arrangements were on to transfer him to the prestigious St. Nicholas Hospital in Lagos, and has also been buried. No fewer than 7 people from Kwanadangura town in Kuri local government area of Kano State have been reportedly dead in an auto crash that occurred along Kano Zaria Road. The accident victims were reportedly returning from the rally organized by the All Progressives Congress (APC) and its presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Kano. Eyewitnesses said the accident occurred around 6 o'clock in the evening of Thursday, 5th January 2023, when the deceased VW golf car collided with an oil tanker, during which 7 out of 10 people aboard lost their lives immediately. A resident of the town, identified as Tukur Lawal, said 5 people died on the spot, while 2 others died at the Murtala Mohammed Hospital, Kano. May their soul rest in peace. That's the size of our package for today. Join us tomorrow at this same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Malachite TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, Twitter at MLC TV1. For your event coverage, information, contribution, advert and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Friday and Saturday to watch our special programs. It's Malachite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Just before we go, remember that the 2023 general election is here. Ensure you get your permanent voter cards, perform your franchise, and elect credible leaders that will represent your interest in the 2023 general election. I am Joshua Adinoy. Please continue to be a brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society together. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.